Okay, so today I'm going to clean up the wheels and the PCV can. PCV box, whatever you want to call it. These are the two wheels. I'm going to give them all a nice little clean up and get them ready for paint. Hello everyone, Sunday 16th of May 2021. This is a Pcv tank for the Cortina, for the engine. Now, it had a rubber grommet in here. I ordered this off eBay. Let's just get that off the stick. Hang on. I put a stick in it so I could paint it, and I've taped around the bottom the piece that sits inside the engine. This was really rusty. It had loads of flaky paint on it. Ground it all back using my drill with the wire attachment and gave it a lick of paint primer. And just move that slightly. Yeah, still some more primer showing, but it does need another coat of black. Left it overnight to cure, and I also painted, other than that, two new brackets I got here, and these are from I think Paul, it was, who actually fabricated these and drilled them out and everything as a template from the original one. So I've given them a good spray. So I'm running out of primer, so I need to get some more of those. That's money. Also paid for a new gas bottle. There it is. Oh yeah, that's the original plate. Basically it was on the back seats with bracket. I don't know if you remember it. You remember in a previous video I talked about this. The bottom was snapped off and it was only held in by one. No, there were two screws on this, but I don't know how the bottom of that would get snapped. Very, very weird. So yeah, glad to get two of those made up. And that wheel needs to be cleaned up as well. Don't have to be too perfect with these because they're going to be hidden away, really. But I think I may have put too much on there, but that's on the back, it's not on the front. But I'm going to lacquer them anyway. So that one's done. Hang that one back up. And there's a bit of wind today. Paint the underside. Missed a bit. I think that'd be okay. A bit more. And hang them up. Hang that one up even. And then gave it a couple of coats today. I'm going to give it another coat of lacquer just to give it that extra shine. I've ordered the new little grommet that goes in the top because when I took that one out, it did that. Literally fell apart. So I've ordered that and a few other little bits from Button. Well, I'm going to put the seal in here and put this in the engine. It's threatening to rain, so I'm going to do it now while I've got the time, or the chance even. Okay, so over there by that wire you can see a hole like there, well, the one next to it is where the seat belt mounts. So what I've done is I've adjusted that hole and I've put the bolt in and bolted it up to the inner sill, the old sill that's in there, which is in pretty good shape. So clamped the rest of it, and now I'm going to start tacking it in. Wish me luck. If the camera cuts out, I do apologise. extremely possible it might rain again. Can't see a thing. Unfortunately I blew a hole then. Never mind, I think I might have the welder set too high. Very possible. A quick interjection. The exhaust has arrived. I'm so chuffed. This is awesome. Literally, it's just arrived. Let's get this on. Right. Can't put this on just yet because I'm too busy, as you can see from welding. Oh, it's a big bag, I've got to come and use it. Wow, look how bendy it is. Oh, that's shiny. Yeah, there's mine. Let's get that one off the top. Get that one off. So just turn that so you can't see my details, but there we go. This is the downpipe for the exhaust. It's very different from the crossflow. Very different. So I'm going to go and put this away and attach it when it's needed. I have noticed though, there's quite a bit of rust around that neck there. Can you see that? So it looks like it's recently been made. So I'm going to clean that up and put some rust protection on it, if it's worth doing, seeing as it's an exhaust. That's, I've seen better welding. My word. Right, onwards with the welding. Not the prettiest, I'm afraid. I have some goodies in this bag here for the car, and I was going to put the exhaust on because, as you've seen in the previous section, there it is, but unfortunately it is lashing it down, and it's not nice for doing work on the car when it's absolutely chucking it down with rain. So what I'm planning on doing, run from one garage to the other because it's wet, is tidy up this door, get these black clips out, and start taking bits off that door to go onto this one once it's painted. Okay, so as you can see, taking the little plastic trims out, the little plastic clips. I don't know if they'll come in useful for anyone. If you do need them, let me know and I'll send them on to you. But I have put it on this foam base, and as you can see into the bottom of the door, it's really solid, it's all there, nothing wrong at all. So let's rest that up again. So it looks very similar to the colour that Swampy is there. How it's faded I don't really know, but as you can see the bottom of that door is really solid. Let's have a look at TC's original door. Look how bad that is. That is completely gone. So what I'm now going to do, I'm going to take everything off this door. Now unfortunately I don't have a trim remover, but this door is in such bad condition I really don't think it's too much of a problem. Can you see that side of the car? No, you can't. Hang on. Let's move the camera slightly. There we go. Free. So first time lifting the door card off, this is going to need an extremely good clean. Oh, some cobwebs but nothing to worry about. Yeah, I definitely need to clean. And One of the clips had moved, but I think that can be sorted out. Right, so that's good. I'll put that clip in the bucket before it gets lost. Okay, so that's that bit. So we have, oh, excuse me. I might have to raise you up so you can see more. I've never taken one of these apart before, so I'm guessing lots of guesswork going on. Oh, a little piece of the clip did break. Never mind. If I need more I can get some. Oh yeah, one didn't survive. Bresco, here we come. This one's been taped up before. I think this looks like it's been opened and there's no plastic in here, which there should be. Which doesn't surprise me, to be honest. I need to learn how to take this apart. So there's a tube there going down to the bottom of the door. I'm guessing that is where the wire goes through when you wind the window. So I currently see I'm going to come back because I'm not too sure what I need to do here. I have removed the felt all around the door, and it was quite broken in some places, and this is an absolute bugger to get these out. I'm not too sure how these clips come out, and I've got to be careful of the glass. I'm just hoping what I can do is wind the window up and disconnect it from the bottom bracket down there and up here, and see if I can loosen it. I didn't realise that the felt liner goes all the way down the side of the inside of the door, and this is the seal there. Look, it looks like it's original felt liner, and yeah, completely split in one corner, unless it's supposed to be shaped like that. Not sure, but I'm going to try and get the rest of these things off. I'm going to undo the bottom bits there. The bolts into the bottom of the door, they're completely knackered, and where they're bolted to isn't part of the door anymore. It's just a bit of rust. So I'm going to give them a spray and see if they'll unbolt. Fingers crossed they will. The glass is out, and it still has some of the original paint from when the car was painted by the co-op. So that's going to need a good clean. You can see where half of it, or part of it, is shielded away by the door. It's in really good condition. So let's get on stripping the rest of this down. I'm running out of battery power. That's good. The door mechanism is now free. You have to kind of thread this bit in first, in through this space here, and then turn the unit. I tried to take it out the same place the glass came from, but the winder is too tall, so it wouldn't allow it. So I had to think about it for a minute. I need to get this rusty plate off, and it's pretty seized. That's not going to focus, is it? No, it's not. There we go. Quite rusty, so I need to try and get that undone and get that removed. So big grips on that, I'm sure. So next thing to do is remove the lock on that end of the door, and then I should be able to then remove the bar and the door pull. Well, let's see if these 3 screws will undo. Oh, that is tight. Oh. That's tight. Wow, those haven't been off before, I don't think. We're also going to remove the door handle as well and the lock pin. I'm going to figure out how to disconnect the cable. How do I do that? I've got to take off the... Is that pull off or is it screwed on? No, I think it's screwed on. Just unscrewing the pin for the top of the door lock. I need to remove the little... there we go. Need to remove the little plastic ring as well, I don't want to lose that. I don't want to break it either. There we go. That's out as well now. Okay, I can go in the bucket. The door is now completely disassembled. I have all the lock mechanisms here, all the pieces for that. I have the glass, the runner for the wing mitt, for the glass, just tools I've used. Screws and such are in here, the handles and everything. But before I start to put those things into this door needs to be prepped and painted. Well, back in the TC's engine bay, and here is the PCV box. Brand new Motorcraft seal, all nicely painted. Bit of a lithium grease in there, so it pops that in nicely, and a bit of lithium grease on the end there so you can get it into the engine nice and smooth. There we go, and that's in. That is now connected, so that's good. So one more little job done. Okay, so this is the replacement door for TC for the front. As you can see, the bottom is pretty solid. It's all there. There's a little bit of corrosion along here, and what I might do is just treat it with a bit of rust killer and rub it back, and get some treatment inside the door as well. It's not, there's little bits inside there, but I can blow that out, get the air compressor. I've rubbed it down a bit already, but it needs more. Need to weld that hole up there, because that was somebody put an aftermarket lock in there, and that's just hideous. Yeah, that needs to be welded up due to an external lock. And there is also a hole on the outside there, look, which corresponded with that lock, and that needs to be welded or filled as well. As I mentioned before, the trim clips, because this was either an XL or a GXL, something like that, but really solid door. There's a little bit of rust growing inside the top of the door, the scallop for the door handle. There's some rust on the bottom of the top frame where it meets the bottom bit, or it meets the skin even. I'm learning, bear with me. There's a little bit of rust in here. If I flip the door over, you'll see it, but I'm just going to try and rub that down as best I can and treat it. The paints I've got the correct colour for this colour here. I haven't gone with the, well, I've got the new original paint from when the car was its original colour, but I thought if I repaint it the same colour as TC is now, and then try and see if I can replicate the look, I might have to get someone to help me with that, because that could be quite interesting to do. I need to do some like colour matching and things like that. So yeah, what I might do is just paint it the way it is, because it's even got some rust up there, and I don't want to sort of like make the door rusty. I just want to try and replicate the look. When I had the exhaust delivered yesterday, I got that bag with it, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that bag as the membrane inside here, because when I took the door card off of that door, there was nothing in there. There's no membrane at all. But this one had loads of masking tape. I mean, there's still bits of it there, look. Little traces of masking tape there. So yeah, more rubbing down. I need to get the grinder out on this and get the paint back so it's clean enough to weld. And the same on the front. I am just about to weld in this little disc into the door where there used to be a lock, and afterwards I'll need to make a piece of metal to go in there and then weld that in. So at the moment I've got the welder set on 4, power on 4, and the wire speed is just shy of 3, and I'm getting a nice crackle. I did 2 little welds there, very nice sound. So I'll come back to you once I've tacked it in. Disc is welded in. It's not perfect, but I'm going to grind down these 3 welds now, and I'm going to use a little bit of filler because, yeah, there we go. The disc is slightly shallow of the hole, so grind these 3 down and then use a bit of filler, which I've never done before. Okay, so slight change of plan when doing this one. I was going to cut the piece of metal to size, put it in and hold it with a magnet and weld it that way, but having a different kind of tack on this, no pun intended, welded a bar, this welding rod, to this plate, and we're going to put it in from inside the door, put the plate on the back, and then weld it in that way. So thread that piece of metal into the door. Bring it up. And hold it flush. So get a tack on it, and then on either end, then take this rod off and weld it up, and then I can put some filler in and you'd never even notice it was there. Okay, so that's welded in. So taking the rod off, so we're going to fill the rest up with weld and then clean it all up, put some filler in and then paint it. Put the filler in the door, all the holes where the trim was on the original. So those holes are all filled, they've been welded, then filled and filled on the top of the disc which I welded in, filled there, and I've filled in some holes along the bottom as well. Okay, so the end of the day today, and have been, as you can see, the door no longer looks blue and gold. A little bit of blue inside the runner there, but it's not a problem. But it is looking good. So let's come back this way, have a look along here, and see along where the hinges go. It's looking very nice. I don't know if I'll get much if I go into the garage and film from this end. I guess I will. That'll kind of pick it up. So that shakiness. But the bottom of the door, nice and solid. Really pleased that it's so solid. So looking really, really good. The only thing I messed up was where the old bodge log was, but I can always sort that out at a later date. So what I'm going to do is leave it for tonight, let that dry nicely, and fingers crossed I'm going to flip it over, or even put the door card on this side. But then I know I've got to paint the door cap, but I think the paint, I don't think it matches. Doesn't quite match the door in the car, so I may have to go back to the paint shop with the door and say, look, yeah, it's not dark enough. But yeah, yeah, it's getting there. So this door is going to look same colour as that one, but I'm not going to put any detail on it. I'm just going to leave it a blue. So anyway, thank you for watching for today, and you'll probably see me in a second or two. On a very wet, soggy day and a couple of trips to the motor factor, I have finally fitted the exhaust back in. The downpipe is in, as you can probably see, all the way down there. Only downside is that box that you see right in the middle of your screen, which, if I can point at it without getting in the way, there, the front of it is rubbing on the underside of the car, so that needs adjustment. But I've got brand new rubber hangers in there, so that's good. And I even, if I can get up there, took off the bracket that I did up there, and I took it off, repainted it, so it's nice and black. So it looks really, really nice around some rust. Lovely. But it's on, it's not going anywhere, it's solid. So that front bit needs adjustment. So yeah, rather a soggy day. Not nice for working on the car. So as you can see, TC's all covered up. I am back on some more welding and fabricating. I made a bit of a cock up with this earlier. Tried to put a plate on here and a plate on there, and it didn't work, so I've had to make a plate for the entire thing. So from here down onto the edge of the sill, so I've got a lip, and then come from here all the way across, grind that back a bit there. I've got to do that a bit more, and then as it comes off the edge there, grind it, well, weld it and then grind it smooth. Fingers crossed it won't be quite so visible, but yeah, that needs fixing. So what I've done, if I go into the garage, I've drawed, yes, got a template here of the piece of metal I need. So a couple of mil out from the, or a couple of mil in from the edges, cut this out and weld it into the car. Okay, so the plate is in. I haven't welded it in yet. I've drilled a couple of holes so I can tack them in from here. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a tack in across the top here, and I'm going to have to work my way down. So once I've done that, I can remove the clamp and I can adjust this, because there is a taper off this sill edge. It's not flat compared to here. There is a slight taper. welded the plate in. As you can see there, I need to grind down a bit more because it's not fully in. And I need to adjust this a bit more. And yeah, if I grind that fully smooth, it won't be recognisable. Fingers crossed like that there. Got to reshape this. Got to shape this up tomorrow and get that welded in. Grind the end off as far as I can go, but try and push. See if I need to push that in anymore. I need to re-weld that because the weld came off. It went ting because this metal was trying to pull up. So yeah, there's more rust falling out of the door. This door isn't in the best shape, I'm afraid. There is a possibility I may need to replace that one as well. So yeah, right. What I've decided to do as well, I'm going to clean up the sills, and I'm not going to have them rusty. Clean them all up, get them all treated, and get this filler off, because a lot of it is just surface. There's not really actually any holes in it. It's just been filled. The guy, when he was doing the work, he just plastered it with it. So clean up all this rust, get clean back as much as possible, get on some rust killer, get it treated, and then rub it back and repaint it that colour. But the sill, they're going to go grey to make it keep with the look. Okay, thank you for watching this little video, and I'll see you in the next little bit of me finishing this off. Following morning, and I've shaped off the edge and tacked it all in, and now I'm going to fill all these gaps in and then weld it all off. Sorry, grind it all off and tidy it all up. So yeah, I'll film it when I'm done. Back again today. Now, yeah, covered the car up because it's mega windy today, and because I'd finished painting or priming this new section, I thought what I would do is I would clean up the rocker sill along here and do exactly the same. And this was full of lumps of filler, absolutely full of it. I've ground it back, and there's no need for it to be. Absolutely no need. There was a little bit of rot ingress here, some surface rust up here, and a few little spots. Nothing really that needed so much filler. So what I've done was using the grinder to grind all that back, and it looks all right with a flap disc on it. So what I did, just walk around the other side of the car, and I don't know if you remember seeing the sill before, but it was caked with it. It was thick, and it was that old. It was brown. It was like that there on the door, lumpy and very thick, not very nice at all. So I've been grinding this back, and it's the same story. I mean, we've got a little bit of rust in there. As you can see, the metal's changed colour. It's not shiny. That's really smooth, but it's not changed colour. It's not really solid shiny metal like that weld. You know, that's normally how it would come up. And this has all been ground back as well. There's still a bit of rust in there, which I need to work into. But yeah, I've been grinding this back. What I'm going to do, clean out these little indentations. Look, there's one there. It's just full of filler. Guarantee it. And there should be another one here, at least. Yeah, I can see the edge of it here. So that there, and I clean all that up. And I'm going to prime it. I'm going to paint it, and then paint it the colour of the car. That blue. Hello everyone. Welcome to kind of a momentous moment really, because I'm going to start painting this door with the correct colour. I have rubbed down all the sills, which I will show in a moment on the camera. I've got one left to paint with primer, which is the driver's door sill, or rocker, depending on where you're from. I'm shaking up the blue, which was made up for me by Spraywell Paints, which matches TC's current colour, not the colour that's underneath. So it's been quite a few days since I painted this because we've had some terrible, terrible weather. I'm going to quickly wipe the lens. It's covered in dust. There we go. Doesn't really help because it's covered in weld spatter anyway, so hey. Makes me feel better. Right, here goes. Are you ready, everyone? Which way do I go? Never done this before. Not with proper paint. Okay. Wow. That's very blue. I'm going to move you to the end of the door where the hinges go. It's a bit on the windy side again today. The weather is improving. Let's angle you down slightly. Oh no, you're on the tripod was on a brick. Right. Try not to knock over the tripod as I usually do. Is it going to start raining? Feel wet stuff, wet stuff, this is not good. Look at that! How blue! That is so nice! Look at it! Look how bright that is! It's fantastic! Oh! Love it already! Absolutely love it! Wow! Okay, you saw the edge of the door being painted, and now I'm going to paint the passenger front sill, and then the rear side, the rear sill, all on the passenger side of the car. I always forget if it's soft sill on the rear side. I don't know why, I just do. Right, this is a big moment. Here we go. We'll get this little cable out of the way. filming. That is one heck of a match. I'm really pleased with that. It doesn't look perfect, I know, but as everyone knows, TC is not a perfect car and it never will be. So I will pan over and do the rear sill now. There. Get a camp shake, as you know. Got to shake these things a lot, so I can do the editing, it's fine. Right, here we go, second cell. That looks fantastic. That was such a good paint match. Anyone? Spraywell Paints, Bromsgrove. They do a damn good job at getting paint. Right, on a cut. And the next thing you'll see is the other side of the car being prepped and painted. That was a bit silly, leaving my mask and everything in the way. The floor is painted, finally. Front to middle, all done. So now I need to replace these discs that go in the floor. The sills need another coat of paint. It's a bit too cold now to do that. The door is on, finally, but it is catching down here, right on the edge of the sill, and the adjustment for the hinges doesn't seem to be quite enough, so the door needs to be lifted in some way. Show you around the other side. So nice and blue, nice and painted. There you go, all primered, all looking good. I ground down some more welds in that corner. I fixed a section where moisture was coming in and re-welded that. Fixed a small hole in the bulkhead where it was letting light through. There was some more There was a little bit of some repairs I needed to do on the floor, which I did. Just cleaned up a few things. So yeah, very, very pleased. Really happy with the progress today.